Hi guys, my name is Gracious. I'm the MD of Waverly Music. Today I just wanted us to have a few conversations, especially about the dark side of music distribution. Everyone has seen the good numbers, the flashy lights, everything. Everyone believes that music distribution is all fun and games, but it can be very difficult to navigate. It can be very difficult to understand. So I'm just going to be touching on like few and several points that I want us to discuss today. I want us to talk about the challenges of managing clients' expectations, especially artists. Artists will want to be on 100,000 playlists while they have 2 monthly listeners, which is another big problem, because when they see a bigger artist being on a cover, they believe that they also deserve to be on a cover simply because they're under one distribution company. Unfortunately, that's not the case. The music has to be suitable. The brand also has to be suitable, because we need to be very honest. The fact that the DSPs themselves, when they create this playlist, they want as many people to be able to go on those playlists and actually stay on the playlist. And that's why they'll always select people's favorite artists. If the song is not performing well on the playlist, they will remove the song because they want people to be able to stay on the playlist. They want people to stay on their platform. Everyone is competing for attention, and unfortunately, if your song is not retaining the attention that they need, unfortunately they don't have to support you. So sometimes artists do not understand that editorial playlist adds only 3% to your overall streaming numbers, and if it's adding more than that, you should actually be very concerned. You need to focus more on branding and more on growing. Editorial playlist, for me, from my point of view, they're just like a cherry on top. They're not the main thing. And as soon as artists understand that and realize that and actually start to manage their expectation, then we can go far together. The other issue is that artists do not understand that music distribution is just the first step. After distributing your music does not mean that you're going to start topping charts, does not mean that you're going to be the biggest artist in the whole world. It simply means that the whole world has a potential to access your music anywhere at any time across the whole world. You still have to do the foundation, you still have to do the marketing, you still have to do the heavy lifting. Therefore, the expectations to your label or you as an independent artist are way more than the expectation you should have on your distributor. The other thing that makes distribution very difficult is the financial risks and the struggles. You can see so much potential on an artist that you want to support as a distributor, and you reach an agreement where you supposedly supposed to assist the artist financially and in marketing for them to move from point A to point B. Unfortunately, there are times where money is invested and the artist is not growing as expected. You know, when an artist has like 70,000 monthly listeners and you're thinking that from here we can take it to like 100, from 100 to 200, from 200 to 1 million, and unfortunately it goes the opposite direction where it goes from 70,000 to 40,000. Doesn't matter what you guys are doing. The songs are on radio, the songs are popping on TikTok, but it's just not working out. And that's another risk that as a distributor you have to face. And the other issue is that you need to understand that as a distributor you do not own the master, so you're supporting them and hoping that they recoup back, unlike when it's a record label where they can take the master and actually make the master work for you. This is something that a lot of distributors are not speaking much on it, because artists expect distributors to just keep on popping out money or just asking for unreasonable amounts of money for marketing. Sometimes that money is not even used for the marketing that is being said that is going to be used for. Instead, they go to diamond work, and then they get into your and then they come back having spent half of the budget for the marketing. And when the music comes out, the music has no way to be marketed. So those are some of the risks and the dark side of the music distribution. The other one is just dealing with different platforms. You need to understand that Spotify has its own way of pitching, Amazon has its own way of pitching, Apple has its own way of pitching, and Boomplay and AudioMac. All you have to know how to pitch, you have to understand, you have to build good relationships for you to be able to get your artists to be supported by those DSPs. Not only that, they all use different types of algorithms for the artist to be able to dominate a certain platform. Either they go viral on social media, or they understand how the algorithm works for that platform, and then they come out with a marketing strategy that is for that platform and for that platform only. And once that is done, then they are able to dominate that DSP, that particular DSP that they want to dominate. Unfortunately, artists do not understand that. They believe that what happens on Spotify can happen on Apple Music, can happen on Boomplay, can happen on AudioMac, and unfortunately that is not the case. However, guys, thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of just talking and giving out just few gist about this industry. I hope that you join me for part 2 on the dark side of the industry. Thank you.